Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, congratulations to all of you. Mr. Brindisi, when you were in the House, you sponsored the Equality Act. Do you recall that?
I do, Senator.
Okay, what did that bill do?
It's been a number of years since I served in the House, Senator. As I recollect, the Equality Act prevented discrimination based on gender. I don't remember all the specifics of the bill. It's been a number of years.
So it prohibited an individual from being denied access to a shared facility, including a restroom, a locker room, a dressing room, that is in accordance with the individual's gender identity. So one of the reasons I oppose that bill so strongly is I find it to be an unacceptable outcome for to share locker rooms and bathrooms based on gender identity. I think that creates a lot of trauma for other people, particularly if you're on an athletic team. Are you okay with a biological male who identifies as a female sharing a locker room?
Senator, it has been a number of years since I've been in the House and have been a judge for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, I'm just asking you, what's your opinion? You sponsored the bill, that's what the bill does. Do you still hold that view?
I want to be somewhat careful, Senator, because I am a sitting judge right now, and I do know that in New York State there are several cases that are on point with this particular issue. So
When you decided to co-sponsor it, what got you over the line to say, I'd like to put my name on the bill?
Senator, it's been a number of years since I sponsored the bill, and it's been a number of years since I've even read the bill.
All right, thank you. Ms. Johnson, to your parents, thank them for their service. You have a very compelling story. When you were at Princeton, which is no small feat, you wrote a thesis called Armed Citizens, African American and Muslim American Political Use of Military Service Rights. Do you remember that?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. In that you state, in the interest of national security, this is post 9/11, the U.S. government legally sanctioned discriminatory targeting of Muslim Americans and signaled to their community that their citizenship was fragile at best. What specifically made you conclude that?
Senator, I don't recall the specific context of that particular line that you're reading back to me,
Okay.
but I can tell you the context of why I wrote my thesis, and it
Please.
was my parents' service to this country, and to honor their service, and to recognize the important role of military service among minorities in the United States.
Let me read something else. Though Muslims in the U.S. have a great deal to gain by drawing attention to their service in the military and their dedication to fighting terrorism, they also risk alienating a part of their identity by serving a non-Muslim nation. One of the more integral concepts in Islam is the notion of solidarity among Muslims, and the problem of a non-Muslim or infidel states. Non-Muslim states do not protect or nourish the interests of Muslims, nor are they particularly motivated to protect Muslim states. The associated obligations of citizenship in non-Muslim states, however, require that Muslim citizens submit to supporting a nation state that could be potentially threatening to a Muslim state. What's your point here?
Senator, I don't recall the context of that passage you just read, nor do I recall the basis for that research. It was part of my coursework at Princeton.
Well, you come from a military family, and you obviously respect that about your family. I just want to caution anybody to suggest that because of your faith or your background, you could potentially not be all in for America. I don't find anybody's faith disqualifying. I don't, the whole putting the Japanese Americans in internment camps, you just assume because they were Japanese they couldn't be loyal to the country. So I would just caution this idea that somehow, no matter what your background, that it would prevent you from showing allegiance to your country, because we have thousands of Muslims who are in the military, and I want to honor their service, not question it. Thank you.
Senator